It is Friday, May 9th. I'm Gus Rosendale.
And I'm Jen Maxfield. Michael and Darlene are off this morning. Adelle's tracking the commuter alerts. But let's get started with Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa here with today's forecast. Yeah. Weekend looks good, but we have to get through today, right?
I know. It's a bit of a mess. Some of us getting sort of easing into today's mess, right? Including this city where it's just kind of cloudy and murky out there. In fact, we are not in that flood watch, the 5 boroughs. Outside the city, though, it's widespread, including the Hudson Valley, Long Island, Connecticut as well. This is out through Saturday mornings because we expect another 2+ inches of rain to fall. And right now, the north and west is exactly where we find the steadiest, heaviest rain currently. Through Pike County, Sussex and Orange County, saw that over the last few hours. Another wave about ready to come on through. But notice I-95 to the east, not much going on right now, but we expect this all to continue to develop and rotate on through. So we'll get in on that periods of rain today. By 10 a.m., 59 degrees, and that's pretty much where we're going to stay through the rest of the afternoon. By 4 p.m., rain still going on, but you notice how the rain chances start to go down just a little bit, more like scattered showers heading into the late evening. All right, 6:31 right now. Maybe take it easy in spots for sure here.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, as we mentioned earlier, we may not have flood watches in effect right now, but you are definitely going to be seeing ponding in the usual areas, one of those areas being the Henry Hudson Parkway. Actually, right now, we're also dealing with a crash here on the southbound side over by exit 13 for 158th Street. This is taking out at least one lane, and you've got a solid ride already heading back to the Cross Bronx Expressway. Heading out to the LIE westbound side, you've got a stop-and-go ride here heading into Queens Boulevard. An alternate side is in effect for today. Jen, Gus, back to you.
Adele, thank you. Pope Leo XIV is celebrating his first Mass as pontiff this morning following his historic papal election.
Chicago-born Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, now the first American to serve as the leader of the Catholic faith. Today, New York's Tracy Strahan is in our newsroom.
Maria LaRosa for what it looks like at the bus stop this morning.
Yeah, take it easy through the neighborhoods. We have some of that heavy rain coming on through, temperature-wise holding in the 50s. So as you get the kids ready, need all the rain gear even after school. But heading into the weekend, sunshine prevails. Talk about how long that lasts and when we get to that real-time summery feel again in the 10-day forecast.
Still ahead, overhauling the entire
crash that's just popped up here in Queens on the LIE westbound heading into exit 17 for the BQE. Coming up in a few minutes, we've also got an update for you on that accident on the Henry Hudson. But let's take a live look outside right now onto the inbound approach to the Holland Tunnel. Jen, Gus, still looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And you can now watch Today in New York at 7 a.m. Live local news continues wherever you stream News 4. Yeah, I mentioned good day for the umbrella. We got to get through today to get to that nice weekend.
Yes, it's going to be a beautiful weekend for the most part, but we do have quite a mess to get through first. And you can see through tomorrow morning adding up to an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, at least, especially north of the city. A few spots will get more than that. And we've seen some of that heavy rain already this morning. One spot, not yet, in and around the city. It's just really gloomy right now. 58 degrees and that east-northeast wind at about 13. This is pretty much where it's going to stay through the day today. And if you're not seeing that heavy rain just yet, there are possibilities of that wave coming through in the next couple of hours. We've seen some of that steadier, heavier rain through parts of Pike County, Sussex County, another batch coming through right now, ready to come right over 84. It's been through Orange County, but right along I-95 to the north and west is where we've seen the steadier rain, all the way up the New York State Thruway as well. It's been light to moderate through this morning. But from the city, Long Island, even Fairfield County, Central and South Jersey, not too much of this yet, but it's a developing storm system. So the next few hours, we'll see sort of that rotate on through into the midday and afternoon. Where we see it start to taper off is that area of low pressure begins to wind down and away from the area. So by the evening commute, there'll still be pockets of that heavy rainfall in and around the city, the Hudson Valley, but starting to really taper off to showers for most spots. One lingering area we'll keep an eye on by tomorrow morning, especially through the Hudson Valley. But even there by midday, not only drying out, but skies beginning to clear out. So we've got the sunshine still on tap for Mother's Day. That forecast hasn't changed, which is great. High pressure builds in, hangs on through Monday, even on into early Tuesday, before we see another system push on through, and that gives us our next chance for some rainfall. So today, yeah, not great. 59 degrees for the high. That's it. We'll see that sunset, by the way, at 8 p.m. So we'll look forward to that sunset tomorrow evening as we'll actually see the sun. 51 degrees overnight tonight. And again, a start of the weekend. Count on some showers early, but you can see sunshine. 71 degrees in the city. More of that on Sunday for Mother's Day. We continue that on into Monday. By Tuesday, Wednesday, showers move in, upper 60s, but it's right back to that summery feel by the end of next week. All right, 6:47 now. Adele, what are you keeping an eye on?
We've got a few things going on right now, but of course, with the storm coming through, it is definitely going to complicate your commute around town, so you're going to want to plan accordingly. Expect to see ponding on many of the roadways, one of those roadways being the Henry Hudson Parkway. Right now, we're also dealing with a crash there on the southbound side by exit 13 for 158th Street. You've got a couple lanes closed off, a solid ride heading all the way back to the Cross Bronx Expressway. Then on the LIE here westbound over by the BQE, exit 17, an accident takes out one lane. You've got a solid ride pretty much heading all the way back into Nassau County. Grand Central Parkway would be a better option for you. And here's a live look outside now onto the Cross Bronx Expressway. Bit of a slow go westbound heading into Webster Avenue. Jen, Gus, back to you.
Adele, thank you. Authorities say they've broken up a car theft ring responsible for stealing nearly $5 million worth of vehicles in the city, Long Island, and Westchester. Morning, thank you so much for streaming with us. It's Friday, May 9th. I'm Jen Maxfield.
And I'm Gus Rosendale. Adele tracking the roads and rails. And Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa is here with today's forecast. Let's get going. The rain.
Yeah, it's kind of an easy one, right? Yeah, temperatures staying in the upper 50s, and we stay unsettled with periods of heavy rainfall in a nutshell. But let's get you out the door now to some of that heaviest rain avoiding the city so far. It's been all north and west, but we also have those flood watches. Also, by the way, not including the city. We have it for Long Island, Hudson Valley, Connecticut, into northeastern New Jersey for another 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. This is going to happen again over the next 12 to 24 hours. The last few hours, it's been really confined to, say, Warren and Sussex County, pushing into Orange County again this morning. We'll eventually see some of that heavier rain as this low develops, push into the city, Long Island, and Connecticut. Central South Jersey, maybe not as bad as far as the heavy rain potential, but it is there throughout the day. Upper 50s through 1 o'clock. We'll stay there through early afternoon, and then tapering off to showers for most of us by the late dinner hour, late commute time, PM commute time. And then overnight, just a lingering light shower chance heading into tomorrow morning. All right, let's see how the commute is shaping up so far. Adele, good morning.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning to everyone streaming with us. Getting around today, it's going to be a little complicated. Of course, with the storm coming through, you're going to want to give yourself plenty of extra time. Expect to see ponding in certain areas as well. On top of that, we do have an event tonight in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. We've got the Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert going on. You can bet you're going to be seeing some extra delays, especially around Route 3, Turnpike 17 and 120. And heading out to the airports, call the carrier ahead of time. Expect to see potential delays and long-term construction here at JFK. Jen, Gus, back to you.
Adele, thank you. Pope Leo.
With Maria LaRosa, I know you're watching a big storm system heading our way.
Yeah, it's been producing some of that heavy, steady rain, especially north and west of the city. But you can see around the tri-state today, from Passaic, Mount Vernon, Hauppauge, temperatures are steady, mid and upper 50s, and we start to see things wind down by late evening for most of us. And you can see that's certainly the case through the weekend. I am watching another round of some wet weather as we get into the middle of next week. We'll take a look at that coming up in the 10-day.
And coming up next here, honoring the...
Out to the rails right now, your EFML and R trains. You can expect to see delays, expect to see track work throughout the day as well. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to let you know what your commute around town on the roads is going to look like. Let's take a peek out there right now onto the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. You're watching Today in New York.
We are with the weather, though, today, Maria. It sounds pretty lousy up there.
Yeah, my guess is probably not terribly happy, but I think you'll be much happier when you hear what we have ahead of us, right? We just have to get through this. Obviously, it has been messy for some of us this morning. For the commute, starting to see the raindrops back on the lens here at Staten Island. Looking ahead, though, you see, yes, the next several hours will have waves of that heavy rainfall. Once we get past the afternoon, we start to see, for so many of us, this really wind down, and we're left with the cloudy skies and temperatures that are holding in the mid and upper 50s. The good news, of course, is once this is out of here, this time of year, we can go from a day like today to with bright sunshine and in the 70s and perfection, which is exactly what we have coming up for the weekend. But yes, an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall to go here, not out of the question, especially north of the city, eastern Long Island, Connecticut. And this is exactly where we find our flood watches. As of this morning, we don't have flood warnings, but streams and creeks could rise quickly with the conditions that we have right now. We're not looking at widespread major flooding on any of the waterways, which again is also good news. But timing it out, you can see the next several hours as our area of low pressure winds up, we'll have periods of rain in spots. So if you're not seeing it now, from the city, Long Island into Connecticut and the northern Hudson Valley, as we get into the early afternoon, you'll see a bout of that heavy rainfall. Notice as it curls away, still some showers around for the evening commute, but lesser so. You don't see as much yellow and orange indicating that heavy rainfall. And then by tomorrow morning, really early, the sort of last blast of it as that low really begins to move out of here and skies start to clear fairly early. And that is the case across the region. While the rain hangs up a little bit longer from Albany, Boston, those areas to the south, DC, Philadelphia, of course, here, we get in on some of that sunshine a lot earlier. So Mother's Day still in great shape. So upper 50s today. Again, count on rounds of heavy rainfall and then down to 51 degrees tonight. Rain moves out, sun comes out, 71 degrees for tomorrow afternoon. And then, of course, still looks good for Mother's Day. We start the week off nicely Monday and Tuesday with some sun in the 70s. All right, Adele, what are you keeping an eye on?
We've got a lot going on. As a reminder here for LIRR riders, Ronkonkoma branch buses are still replacing trains between 7 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. This is for necessary track work. This should be going on for about another week or so. We'll keep you posted on it. And tomorrow for your commute ahead, Sheraton Crossroads demolition. You're going to want to steer clear of Route 17, 202, and 287. Route 17 and 287 both ways will be shut down for the demolition from Route 202 out to exit 66 right at that New York border. This will be starting at 6:45 a.m. tomorrow. So again, that's an area you're going to want to steer clear of. And then you've got the Mets versus Cubs tonight. First pitch is at 7:10 p.m. Expect to see some extra cars on your surrounding roadways near Citi Field, and alternate side parking rules are in effect for today. Jen, Gus, back to you.
Adele, thank you.
It's Friday, May 9th. I'm Gus Rosendale.
And I'm Jen Maxfield. Michael and Darlene are off. Adele is here. She's watching several traffic alerts right now. But let's get started with Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa with a really soggy forecast.
Yeah, pretty soggy. For some of us kind of easing into the soggy forecast, not too bad right now in and around the city where that heavy rain is off to the north and west. So right now visibility is good. We can even see the little red lighthouse underneath the George Washington Bridge. So we're doing okay for now there. But yeah, we do have the flood watches posted north and west of the city, but also into Long Island. This is through tomorrow morning, but this is where we expect the heaviest rain still to come. So on the order of 2+ inches of rainfall still to go. Notice the city not in that flood watch for now. And I don't have any flood warning. So right now, none of the waterways, the rivers at flood stage at this point. But some of the steadiest rain has moved out of Sussex County, Orange County into Sullivan and Ulster counties right now, still off to the north and west of I-95. 58 at Central Park right now, Massapequa, Islip, Belmar, not much rain happening right now, mid and upper 50s currently. But we'll see periods of rain push through during the morning hours and the midday, nearly steady temperatures. By the time we get to the late PM commute, we start to taper off to showers. All right, 6:01 right now. Let's see how this morning's commute is shaping up. Adele, good morning.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning to everyone watching. Heading out the door right now, it's going to be one of those days you're going to want to give yourself some extra time, especially with the storm that's going to be moving through. Right now, though, not in terrible shape here on the Cross Bronx Expressway over by the Bronx River Parkway. We do have delays quickly picking up, though, on the LIE westbound as you make that approach into Queens Boulevard. As for the Gowanus Expressway through Industry City, still moving along just fine, but you are going to be tapping on the brakes as you make that approach into the Brooklyn Bridge. And then the FDR Drive by the RFK Bridge, still a wide open ride. Alternate side is in effect for today. Jen, Gus, back to you.
Adele, thank you. Well, for the first time in the nearly 2,000-year history of the church this morning, an American is the leader of the Catholic faith.
Chicago-born Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV. Today, New York's Tracy Strahan is in our